Good morning, students. In the last class, we have seen what is the symbol of an NPN transistor and a PNP transistor. Basically, the transistor is a three-terminal device, emitter, base and collector. Even for an PNP transistor also, it is emitter, base and collector. How to differentiate this NPN transistor and the PNP transistor is with the help of this arrow. So if the arrow is pointing outside, then it is an NPN transistor, whereas if it is the arrow is inside the transistor, if it is pointing down, it is a PNP transistor. And a transistor has two PN junctions. One is the junction between the emitter and the base. We'll call it as emitter base junction, or simply we'll call it as an emitter junction. Whereas another junction between the base and the collector, we'll call it as collector base junction, or simply as collector junction. The same thing holds for the PNP transistor also. Even here also you will be having two junctions. One junction between the emitter and base, which is named as emitter base junction or simply emitter junction. The other junction is collector base junction, or simply we can name it as a collector junction. So this circuit diagram, it is to show you how the voltage source connections are made for an NPN transistor and for a PNP transistor. So this first diagram represents NPN transistor voltage and the polarities. So here I am going to represent what are the voltages between the different three terminals. So if it is between the base and the emitter, it is represented as VBE. Always the base emitter junction, that is the input junction, will be forward biased. Hence the VBE will be much positive here. And the voltage drop between the collector and the emitter, it is represented as VCE, and between the collector and the base, it is represented as VCB. And this represents the voltage source connections. So for the transistor, how we are going to provide the biasing with the help of the voltage source. So as we know, the junction which is the input junction, that is the junction emitter base junction, should be always forward biased. So how I am going to make the forward bias between this base and the emitter is with the help of this external source VBB. That is, as you see the symbol, it is a symbol of an NPN transistor. So this is N type, P type and N type. So for P type, in order to have forward bias, P type material has to be connected to the positive of the battery, and the N type material has to be connected to the negative of the battery. Hence it is under forward bias. And this voltage source is connected to the transistor via a series resistor, which is named as RB, and it is also called as current limiting resistor. So why it is called as current limiting resistor means it will protect the transistor by high voltages. And similarly, the output junction, that is the junction between the collector and the emitter, has to be under reverse bias. So reverse bias is done with the help of this external voltage source VCC. So for the collector terminal, and it is of N type, it has to be connected to the positive for reverse bias, and this N type emitter has to be connected to the negative of the battery, so that this VCC provides reverse bias for the output junction, the collector and the emitter terminal. Again, the voltage source VCC is connected to the collector terminal with the help of this series resistor RC. Again, it is going to be named as a current limiting resistor. So this is about the polarity, the voltage source polarity, and the voltage source connection for the basic operation of a transistor, that is for the NPN transistor. The same way you can do it for the PNP transistor, whereas the connections will be just the opposite. And this you can see it is PNP transistor. This can be identified with the help of this arrow here. It is pointing inside the transistor. So this is basically a PNP transistor, and the voltage sources and polarities are between the base and the emitter, it is VBE, between the collector and the base, it is VCB, between the collector and the emitter, it is named as VCE. And this circuit diagram represents the voltage source connection for the operation of this PNP transistor. So PNP transistor means P, N type, and it is again P type material. So as we know, the input junction, that is the base emitter, has to be under forward bias. So this is P, N. N type has to be connected to the negative of the battery and P type has to be connected to the positive of the battery, thereby it provides forward bias. And whereas the output junction, that is the collector and the emitter, has to be reverse biased. So this is P, it has to be connected to the negative, and this again the emitter, it has to be connected to the positive of the battery. So this VCC provides a reverse bias for this output junction. So whereas the output junction is the collector and the emitter terminal. So this is about the voltage source connection for the PNP transistor. So next let us learn what is the working of an NPN transistor. So as soon as we have seen, it is an NPN transistor, N type, P, and again it is N. So in order to construct this NPN transistor, a P type material semiconductor is diffused between the N type semiconductor. So you can observe here there are two junction. One junction, it is between this N and P type. There is a junction here. Another junction is formed between this P and the N type. Again there is a junction formed here. This junction, it is named as the emitter and the base junction, whereas this junction is collector and the base junction. And this NPN transistor, it is biased with the help of the voltage sources VEE and VCC. As I told, the input junction, that is the emitter and the base, has to be under forward bias. Forward bias means N has to be connected to the negative of the battery and P has to be connected to the positive of the battery in order to provide forward bias here. Whereas the output junction, that is the collector and the base, has to be under reverse bias. So N has to be connected to the positive and this P has to be connected to the negative with the help of this VCC supply voltage. So as soon as this NPN transistor is biased with the help of this external voltage sources, you can find there is a depletion region formed near the junction of the emitter and the base terminal, and this depletion region is shown here, and it is the region is very thin, whereas in the case of since it is under forward bias, the depletion region will be very less. Whereas in the reverse bias condition, whereas here we have applied the reverse bias, so across the this PN junction you can find there is a depletion region, and this depletion region will be wide when compared to this depletion region. Why? Because this PN junction is under reverse bias. And you can observe the current flows are, it is a emitter current and this is base current and collector current. As you can see here, since the emitter base junction is under forward bias, this forward bias will make the electrons in the N type to flow towards the base. So this movement of electrons will constitute an emitter current, and the direction of the emitter current will be opposite to the direction of flow of electrons, whereas the electrons will flow from this N type to the P type, and these electrons will be flowing in this direction, whereas the current direction will be just opposite to that. And the electrons, whichever is moving towards the base, it will combine with the holes which is available in the P type, and as the base is very thin and it is lightly doped, some part of the electrons will combine here, will recombine with the holes which is available in the base, and this constitute a base current, and this base current is represented as IB. So since it is lightly doped, only few of the electrons will combine with the holes here. The remaining electrons from the emitter, it will be moved towards the N type here. that is towards the collector, and since it is under reverse bias, all these electrons will be attracted by the positive of the battery. So the flow of the electrons will trend to move away from the collector, and it will be attracted towards the positive of the power supply VCC. So the flow of electrons will be in this direction, whereas the flow of current will be in the opposite direction, and this constitute the collector current IC. Thus, the electron flow constitutes the dominant current in an NPN transistor. That is, in an NPN transistor, the current flow is due to the flow of electrons. Since most of the electrons from the emitter flow into the collector circuit and very few combine with holes in the base, the collector current, if you see, it will be larger when compared to the base current. Thus, we can write it as IE will be equal to IB plus IC. That is, the emitter current is sum of the base current and the collector current. So in the operation of this NPN transistor, at last I have shown the emitter current, it is sum of the base current plus the collector current. The next we are going to see what is the working principle of a PNP transistor. So in a PNP transistor, already we have seen the construction, that is, we have P-type material. So this two P-type material, we have diffused a N-type material in order to form PNP transistor. So the terminals are emitter, base and the collector. And this PNP transistor is biased with the help of the voltage sources VEE and VCC. As I told you, the input junction, that is the emitter base junction, has to be always forward biased, and the collector base junction has to be reverse biased with the help of the supply voltages VEE and VCC. So P has to be connected to the positive and this N type has to be connected to the negative, so that this PN junction will be under forward bias, whereas this N and P junction has to be under reverse bias with the help of this VCC. So P type has to be connected to the negative of the battery for the reverse bias, and N type has to be connected to the positive of the battery. And once the voltage sources are connected, you can observe there is a depletion region which is very less. Why? Because this PN junction is under forward bias, and we'll call it as base emitter depletion region. Whereas coming to the other junction, we'll name it as collector base junction, and if you see observe the depletion region, it will be wide. Why? Because this PN junction, it is under reverse bias, so the depletion region will be wide when compared to the depletion region of base emitter. And as soon as the input voltages are given, you can observe the majority charge carriers of this P-type are holes. It will be repelled by this voltage source. The hole will try to move towards the N-type of the base, whereas the recombination will happen here. So this movement of holes from P to N will constitute a current which is due to the movement of the holes, and the current is represented as the emitter current. And a part of the holes which is trying to recombine with the electrons in the N-type in the base, and as the base is very thin and it is lightly doped, few holes will combine with the electrons inside the base, and this will constitute a base current. So majority of the holes will try to move the junction, and it will be attracted towards the P-type of the material and also towards the negative of the battery. So the majority charge carrier holes will be moving across this junction, and this constitute the collector current IC. And you can see the direction of the collector current, it is same as the direction of the holes. So when you can conclude the current inside this PNP transistor, it is due to the majority charge carriers holes, whereas in an NPN transistor it is due to the electrons.